Failed. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Tell the people your name.
I'm Simone.
And how old are you, Simone?
I'm gonna be 39 in September.
September. What is your zodiac?
I'm a double Virgo and Aquarius moon.
With a what moon?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. What are your preferred pronouns?
Um, my name, he and they.
Okay. And where are you calling us from? Where are you located at?
I'm in the Bronx right now, but I'm like a New York City nomad, so I've been in all the boroughs at least twice.
So you're from New York. You grew up there.
I grew up in Staten Island, and I've lived in all the boroughs, even Jersey City, at least twice actually. I've moved
Okay.
around a lot, but I'm
Oh,
in the Bronx now. I'm trying to stay.
some of your strengths.
Um, I'm very, I would say I'm creative and open. Um, I think I'm judgment free.
Your weaknesses. You think?
I would say traditionally communication, especially about my feelings.
Mm.
But I need to like make sure that like it's worth even bringing up. But sometimes I also think I fail to like bring it up because it'll come up later, or it's still like it's bothering me and I will not respect that I feel that way.
So would you say that has communication been an issue for you in past relationships?
Yeah, definitely.
You communicating?
I would say both. I'm like super sensory. I don't like being yelled at, and when I am, I usually shut down. Um, like I can have conversation, but I need for us to kind of be on the same like energy level for me to like be able to absorb what's happening. I think also like I learned that like love was expressed in like tough love.
Hmm.
And so I think for a long time I needed that until I realized that's exactly what I didn't need. So I feel like I even kind of provoked partners to become that. I think it was a comfortable place for my trauma, but not really. I'm an artist now. I'm officially disabled, so that's like open space for me to kind of be more into my art. But traditionally, I've been a baker, a cook, janitor, art teacher, facilitator, different I guess in New York you kind of do whatever you can.
Does your disability hinder your ability to develop or maintain relationships? Has your disability been a hindrance in the past?
Um, I think so. Um, Also maybe ableism, but also like I didn't quite know my capacity, so I had like multiple jobs pretty much all the time, which took away from my energy level and then also affected my health. I'm a type 1 diabetic, or I have been one since like I was a kid. And I've spent a lot of time kind of like trying to learn myself, um, because I was like, who the hell is this person? And who am I? And I would say I adapted a lot for relationships, so I became whatever folks needed me to be. And I'm trans. I am non-binary. I am cupiosexual. Um, pansexual. But I'm T4T for sure.
T4T is when us trans people prefer to date other people who identify under the trans umbrella. How old are your siblings?
Um, my sister is 32, and my brother just turned 25. And I also have another sister whose birthday is tomorrow. I think she's gonna be 28. I'm not. There's a long story. As the oldest, you kind of raise them and yourself, so and your parents sometimes. So
Looks. Do you prefer somebody who's more feminine presenting, masculine presenting, androgynous?
um, no. I feel like I lean towards femme, but I don't think femme looks necessarily a particular way. A lot of folks can catch my eye, to be honest. So
I feel like pansexuality is more common amongst our generation of queerness. I can't speak for anybody else, but I know for me and a lot of my friends, we started to realize our sexual fluidity as we got older.
same, yeah.
Any deal breakers for a partner?
Um, Really, I would say, I mean, if you're like pro-capitalist, if you're like, if I mean, you use any of the like, what's that word? Like stigmatic language? Is that the word?
Yeah, like
Right. Like any of those about like any folks. I feel like the folks I love the most and myself are all part of the folks that, you know what I mean? Like transphobia, homophobia. Yeah, I don't need any colonizers in my life. I don't need any anti-black folks in my life. Like, I just, yes, black, please. To be honest,
I personally think that it's important when we do prefer to date people like us that we say it. I think that it's not often that we hear it enough, especially in the queer community. If you want to be with somebody who's black and queer and that's your preference, say it.
right? Yes, I would prefer a black trans person or a black MB person. To be honest, I feel like my energy would be put in a much better place, and hopefully, you know what I mean, like.
How long have you been single, Simone?
Technically since December, but we were open, and yeah, but it technically ended in December. I was totally be a phantom lover. My first like trans relationship, non-black, POC person. Great relationship. I also feel like I idolize folks, especially if they're better than the former, right? In any way for me, then they're like perfect, and I move very fast, and I'm like, wow, you're great. I like everything about you. Every sense is like, you know, and I think we also had a really big age difference, and I think she was in a stage where like she was newly transitioning and like just, and I also like remember when we started dating, I was like, I know this person's gonna need what I needed when I left my like long-term relationship. Like she's gonna need a safe space to like leave. Like I knew it wasn't gonna be forever kind of vibe, but then I kind of hoped it would. And so yeah, I just kind of sensed like she was pulling away, and also I got like a new diagnosis in November, and things kind of ended after that. So I feel like I didn't relay a lot of things that I definitely should have for me and for her. It just ended romantically. I don't think where it didn't go bad, but
Have you ever been married?
no.
No. Are you open to marriage? Are you interested in marriage?
Um, I'm interested in a wedding, but not like, you know, Christian wedding. Like, no thanks. But to be honest, yeah, I would probably say if you're a Christian, I might not be your type. I'm definitely very spiritual and like, but I haven't like, I wouldn't say I could name any. I've kind of pulled from a lot of things, I feel.
When the last time you had sex? And there's a reason I'm asking.
Um, it was probably a couple months ago. Not good.
For anyone who's interested, would they have to be concerned about that person?
No, it was they're blocked.
Oh,
It was yeah. It wasn't even a. It was a one-time situation.
night out or night in?
I'm down to do both, depending. I'm also like the type that like my mood will switch, and I'm like totally open to canceling. Um, if
That's
people know I'm coming, I won't cancel.
okay.
But if I'm not like feeling well, or if I'm like, you know what I mean, we tired, or like it seems, or you know what I mean, like the in, you know what I mean, the in adventure, because I still like, you know, we can make like a full course meal and like watch things and draw and like etc. You know, I'll
Yeah.
make it like I'll entertain, but I do like to dance. Like I love dancing, so if it's like saying we're dancing together, I'm always down to go out, to be honest.
The dating age range.
Um, Ideally, you're in your 30s at least. And I feel like I would go to 50. You know, my parents are pretty young, so I like for you to stay a little away from my parents' age. But yeah, but I'm open to like in 20s too, just depending on your vibe. I need for us to be able to engage, and obviously it has nothing to do with age, but I have like seen that like some folks need to take some steps sometimes, and not even that. Like I'm totally like just getting to know myself.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Um, I will be honest. I'm supposed to be having a transplant or two transplants actually in the next couple of years. So I mean, I'm kind of hoping that doesn't need to happen. Like maybe some stem cell things will happen. But I'm supposed to get a pancreas transplant as well as a kidney transplant. So ideally, I would be living somewhere on my land and like you know growing as much shit as possible and doing all the shit I kind of dreamed of. Yeah, I want to grow some shit. I want to,
So
I want my damn mule and my fucking 40 acres, to be honest.
we would see a president who actually has blue skin before we see 48 and mule.
I mean, who knows I mean, things, but
Willing to relocate from New York?
yes. I am a little nervous about the South, but someone could totally change my mind. I'm just scared just because I'm not from the South and because.
I would recommend not going personally. I would recommend not going below Maryland's.
Okay. I mean, that's what I thought, to be honest.
Unless you're gonna go to Atlanta, but I really don't see the purpose of living in Atlanta unless you're interested in some form of job in entertainment or something.
No. I would prefer Canada, to be honest.
You would prefer to go north?
I mean, maybe. I always kind of thought going west, to be honest, but I haven't actually. My 2020 is supposed to be my year of travel. That all obviously went.
Yeah.
So I never got. I was always like, oh, I'm gonna explore West just to see what I might even be interested in. So I don't even know what I'm interested in. I'm kind of afraid I couldn't really survive anywhere but New York, but I know I can.
I think if you can survive in NYC, you can survive in any city or state in this country.
I have a really good sense of self-awareness, that I'm really very empathetic. So I'm super in tune with others' feelings, maybe a little too much. Um, but I don't, and I like being a safe space and making safe space, and making space for folks. Um, and I'm learning to really do it for myself as well. And I think that's something I wish I learned a while ago, but I'm totally learning now, and I feel like that's upping my ante a bit, I would say. I'm super aware of my faults, maybe to a problematic way, but I'm definitely overanalyzer. That's why I really need like someone who can communicate with me, just so I'm not like, because if you're not saying anything to me, then I'll be like making up your feelings for you based on what I'm observing, and I'd rather not. Like I would love for someone just to like tell me and we discuss or whatever. I really need to like push myself and those I care about to be able to have hard conversations.
Okay. You're capable of having those hard conversations.
I need to have the hard conversations. Yeah.
I feel like if you're not a person who is comfortable having those hard conversations, then it is very likely that you're someone who will be scared to upset someone else.
Oh, totally.
If you're scared to upset someone, you may not be ready to be in a relationship, because any long-term healthy relationship, at some point you're going to have to say or do something that that person may not like.
Yeah, Paradoxa NYC at either TikTok and also Instagram. And also, if you want to see my art, it's Simone underscore Satchel with two L's, Art NYC. Paradoxa NYC. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it was great to finally meet you, too.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.